we have a two-party dictatorship in this country, and it's called Democrats and Republicans. And it seems to be the only option that is ever available, because they, for some reason or another, will not allow the independents or any other third-party politician enter into the debates, which I'd weigh in and say that if they did, that both of them would end up losing because of all the truth that would come from third-party candidates. And so there's a monopoly that's going on in the system. But the reason why I'm here today is for this. This is how Americans respond. Every single time that there is some type of mass shooting in this country, you would think, especially with the propaganda and the media lynching of gun owners of America. And speaking of that, gun owners of America may be a better option than the NRA. I'm going to do a little bit more investigation, because I remember Larry Pratt from a long time ago. He's been at it over 20-some years. But anyway, the American response is every time that there's a mass shooting, people run to the gun stores. And I tell you, it's good for business. They buy guns off the shelf. They buy ammunition by the groves. left and right. They just go and run. It's kind of like we do the opposite. Whenever gold and silver gets up, we wait for it to go up a couple of $100 before we start buying. We don't want to buy it right now because we think it's always going to be this low. And then whenever we decide to get off our pessimistic rear end, we decided we're going to engage in some type of financial discourse in order to be able to build us up some type of little nest egg, since we know that the dollar is tanking. It's just off the chain, the way we think in this country. But it's amazing. But this time, nobody's after the 22 shells. You know what people are buying more than anything? Watch and see the figures come out every single time. And the more that the news media mention ARs, the more that they buy. The more that they buy, the more Americans keep buying and buying and buying along with the bullets. As a matter of fact, as soon as I'm getting finished with this video, I'm getting ready to buy some more bullets. That's right, for the community. And I think you would do well to do it as well. But I'll tell you what, I love the response, because whether the politicians decided they just don't get it because they've been hit upside the head with, maybe they had a few whips of these chemtrails flying around here or whatever it is. But one thing is for sure, they're watching these figures. And they're knowing exactly what the people in their states are saying. And I'm going to say it again. I don't ever see America trying to give up their guns. And you know what Australia's trying to do? They're trying to repeal their constitution, amend it, and they're trying to get their guns back in Australia, because the crime rates is off the chain, the murder rates is off the chain, the robbery, the armed robberies is off the chain. Because you know why? If you've got a country and they know that a chance, 99% chance that none of those homes are going to have guns, guess who's going to have guns? The police and the criminals. And you know what that is? That's like a baby in a candy store for a criminal. He can go in and do whatever he wants. That's right. And of course, now that she got skills, I don't know if they ban knives or not, but hey, I tell people all the time, man, you always be prepared to defend yourself. In other words, you need to stay armed. I keep my knife right here on me at all times. My knife stays right where I need it. So when I flip it out, I'm ready to go to work. I'm ready to go to town, if you know what I mean. I am ready to go to town with this baby. And I will tell you this, depending on the situation, and to see how it is, I will assess it very carefully, because the one thing that I always like to teach every single one of y'all, and I do this all the time when I'm doing classes, is to tell you that, that's why training is so important. You've got to be able to slow your mind down, not to the point where you're like, it's kind of like everything, until things start to become faster. And the only way that happens is training. Training. I say it all the time. Slow is fast. But it's amazing how much is literally just done come off of the shelves. I hope that I've said something to stimulate thought. These countries are bewailing themselves. they're beside themselves that they even gave up their guns. It's off the chain. Keep buying. Buy, buy, buy. As Jim Cramer would say. Buy, buy, buy.